Hey guys, David Pingree. We're out here at Paula Raceway today. We've got a cool off-road project that a friend of ours, Rado, built. Rado, looks really cool. Tell me what this thing started out life as.
Thanks, man. This started as 2004 250 SX, pretty much a motorbike. I bought it off Craigslist for $900 about 6 months ago.
And you wanted to just build an off-roader. You're kind of known for these projects. If anybody follows your company, Dirt and Iron, they know your work, and you have quite a few people on there following you. So tell us what you did to this thing.
Well, you know, the dream was to have a ultimate trail machine, so I wanted to build it into 300 cc. I sent the engine to Eric Gore. He put a big bore on it and did the porting, the way I wanted it, the way I like it. And Racetech did a suspension, everything else I took apart completely and started working one by one, putting things together. Sent the frame to get powder coated, and Jay Clark helped me a lot to organize stuff. And I was in my garage, getting my hands dirty and building this beauty the way it is now.
And so what kind of parts and pieces are on here? Kind of walk us through some of the things that are done to it.
Well, the major things, I got a lot of stuff from Tusk, complete wheel set, FMF pipe and silencer. I got P3 carbon protection. I got protection for a radiator from Bulletproof Design. The motor seat did a really good job on the design, and we got our decal works. I think it turned out really good for the graphics. And uni air filter, we did complete the bottom and top end for the engine, so hot rods, vertex, all this good stuff is on the bike. Works Connection did all the these beautiful pieces, the orange anodized and stuff like that. So yeah, and plastic guard from a chair piece, complete set, everything is new. So I just wanted to have this bike looking pristine. TM Design Work did all the stuff for the chain slider and chain block. There's a lot of stuff. I think I'm forgetting something, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm sure there's a lot of like Trail Tech kickstand on here, a lot of little parts and pieces that are off-road focused. Even these flex handlebars, I've ridden with these once before, and there is a lot of give in them. If you're riding long trail rides, it's actually a pretty cool product. Yeah.
There was one thing I wanted to address is the vibration you have on these older two-strokes, right? So I chose these bars, and also I have hand and the foot pegs from the same company that has little elastomers to kind of help you to not feel the vibration through your body, So that was the way I wanted to make this bike feel a little bit newer, like your newer KTMs you have.
Gotcha. A little more engine vibration on these older models. So we'll get out and see if the changes Rado made worked, and get this thing on some trails. Well, this thing is really fun on the trails. The first thing that stood out to me was the power. Just going up to 300 cc's, and whatever this guy did on this motor, it runs. No big hit. It just takes off the second you get on the throttle. It doesn't need a lot of clutch. It's got enough torque to just pull, and it revs forever. It's a really broad power, which is what he was trying to achieve, just something that didn't have a big explosive point anywhere in the power. It was just a nice steady pull, very linear. Very four-stroke like, and that's what they got. It's very broad, very easy to ride in the trails. You just leave the clutch alone, stay in the gear that's appropriate, and just use the throttle. So really fun. And even we've got, I don't know, over a half a tank of fuel when we started, and it still feels really nimble in the turns. Suspension was a little bit firm. The Racetech guys do a great job, but this is valved for 190, which is what Rado weighs, and it's set up for him. At 170, it was a little firm for me. I don't want to go messing all his clickers up, but I'm sure I could go in or go out, 6-7 clicks and probably get it to feel where I'd like it, just nice and cushy on the little bumps and rocks. But it's still very stable, very planted, balanced, so all the things that would really throw me off, I'm not even feeling it, so just a little firm for me. I really like the flex handlebars. If you've never tried these, if you're somebody who has like issues with your hands or wrists going numb or your wrists hurting really badly when you're riding, try these. There's different stiffness of elastomers, so you can get the things where they are really just mushy, or you can sort of just taper up how firm you want them, but you can really feel the flex in them. And for long trail rides, off-road stuff, or like I said, if you're somebody who just has wrist and hand issues, this might be a really good fix for you. So check those out. The Dunlop tires, we went with, this is a full-on trials tire in the back. And this just comes down to where you're riding. For the stuff out here, a lot of it was loose and kind of rocky, marbly rocks. This isn't the tire for that. You want something with a little bit bigger knobby. But if you ride hard, slick stuff, you know, like rock that's wet or a lot of tree roots, these tires work awesome. It's like cheating. So a lot of that is just sort of varied. We did have some rock sections here, and this tire will just grab and climb right up it, which is fun. But Dunlop makes all kinds of options. Their EX model, the gummy, is great, a really good compromise, or just their EX tire. So, or just their AT81 rather is what I meant to say. They have an EX model that's a little more gummy, but both of those are great off-road tires. I love the wraparound hand guards. If you do go down, doesn't break any of your stuff. This does have a V-Force reed block in it. We wanted to mention that. Those are always just an easy bolt-on part for two-strokes, get you better throttle response, a little bit better performance. Part of what made this thing feel so sharp and crisp is the Electron carb. These things are a really good option if you're somebody that rides up and down elevation, because they actually compensate for the jetting, and rather than just having a fixed jetting spec, they will adapt a little bit if you're going up or down or your temps change a little bit. So it's just sort of a little more forgiving than a standard carburetor, I guess. And anyway, very clean. The jetting felt just super, almost on the verge of being lean, but it would never pop or bog. And that's just the feel they have, very crisp and sharp. So the Electron carb was a good addition on this machine. Just really enjoyed riding this thing. Like I said, very nimble, great power, and everything from the foot pegs to bars, everything just felt comfortable. So really great job by Rado and his guys. If you want to check more of his stuff out, go to his YouTube channel, Dirt and Iron. His little tagline there is "Stay Motivated," so you can check out a lot of his builds. He does an awesome job. This bike was no exception. Thank you to Rado for that, and thanks for you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next build.